Hello, I'm about to hop on with some epic humans because we are co-creating a around remembering your wholeness and the energy of divine union from within to without. And bring them on.
Yay!
Hey, all right, it's working, I think. We've got Stephen on. Hopefully, Erin and Aubrey will be joining us. Let's see. Well, I love technical things. This is awesome. How are you?
Good. Just finished some epic meetings with some friends.
Love it.
Yeah,
All of
creating
the
some magical
goodness.
things.
Of course, as always.
Yeah, the usual.
Okay, one sec. I'm trying to make sure.
Mm. Showing from viewers, it's not working.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can invite Erin from her other Instagram. We're trying to do the foundations, but it's for whatever reason not coming through. So, anyways, do you have anything epic you want to share with everybody while I'm handling the technicalities on the other end?
Yeah. Um, so, a week ago, we hosted this incredible gathering here in Austin, and we had like 51 attendees. And these are like the most forefront, sort of foremost experts in their industry all showed up. And yeah, we basically had people coming together to innovate the future as one, which is awesome. So, you know, we had we had like Dr. Larry here who proved that our consciousness creates reality, like scientifically. We had people that were inventing things that like helps AI interface with human consciousness. So just some really exciting, you know, uh, innovations happening for the betterment of humanity. So, hmm. Still the technical difficulties, gotta love it. Yep.
Ah, okay. Well,
Share video.
I know Miss Beautiful Erin likes to be on her desktop, and I just shared with her to make sure she was on her phone. So that could be
Okay.
the technical piece that, oh, there
Oh,
she
oh,
goes.
oh,
Okay.
oh!
Hello.
Hello.
Yay!
I don't know.
Yay.
I'm on my phone, so now it's
Wait,
all awkward.
now you're kind of.
Upside down,
There we go.
sideways. You can't really see both of us. This is impromptu, I guess.
I don't have that on my phone. So
He has no social media on any of his. Well, you have it on your computer.
You just gotta
yeah.
squish your faces together so it
Yes.
fits.
We're
You both
merging
look
souls.
beautiful, by the way.
Two become one.
Yes.
Yeah, this is an awkward chair. It's just really huge and it's retarded. I want to throw it in the lake of fire, honestly.
If I could move you two up to the bigger space, I would, but I don't think that I can.
Oh, it's okay.
So,
Yeah.
anyways, well, the last time we came together and did this call, it was before we were co-hosting an incredible experience that we held in Big Sky, Montana last October. And we decided it was so magical that we wanted to do so many more of them. I led kind of the last call, and I'm choosing to not lead this one. So whether Erin, Aubrey, Steven, I'll let you kind of take the lead as we open the frequency of what's next.
Yeah, I can speak a bit. Yeah, the Montana activation was one of the most magical ones that I've been sort of part of. And, as I reflect back, I believe the magic is because there was such a harmony of this masculine feminine dynamic. There was like heaven and earth bridging. There was just like people's full hearts open and shared and connected, which is really our innate human nature. And it's so exciting to be able to do more of these, with you awesome humans, because I feel like the world as a sort of step into that energy. I always say, like, fish can't understand water until you pull fish out of water for a second. Like stepping into this container of like the opposite of Western programming, which is there's something wrong with you, there's something missing with you until you get this, uh, into a container of divine perfection. It just, I mean, we saw it. It completely changed people's lives. Like the biggest healings happen without any intention to heal, and the biggest up leveling happened without any intention to up level, right? And so it's because they're stepping into this incredible container of you are already there. So therefore, all the parts that aren't there it becomes there. And so, yeah, super excited to kind of share more of this with the world. And that was just like our first attempt to put things together. I mean, they're only going to evolve and get better and better. And so, just having people witness the evolution of our co-creations is exciting.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
It was really cool to see people of all faiths and walks of life and ethnicities come together in one space and put all of that. It was like everything was left at the door. All the noise, all the friction, incoherence. It was just as eye-opening and magical for me as it was for everybody else there, I feel like, which is really cool. I learned from everybody just as much as they learned from me and you guys, I feel like. And the thing that I really appreciated about that experience was the lack of putting each other on a pedestal, and the lack of just being able to show up and be in our full and self without all the BS and noise of the world. And we've talked to a couple of the attendees since, and it's been it's changed the trajectory of their lives. They're starting a couples podcast together.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that was a really fun conversation that we had with them. Yeah, so it was just a magical experience, and lives all over the world, I feel like. So
I agree. I with the masculine feminine dynamic, that's something that really came through for me. That, I mean, energetically, internally, we have both, and we need both. We need both of those energies to fully support us. And through my travels and different experiences, when you come back to it, like the most ancient cultures, that's what they speak to, is the divine union of the masculine and feminine in every way. And in these containers with that beautiful balance, I've witnessed more dynamic shifting. And even from like the female perspective, if you're a woman coming to this event, I've witnessed women come forth and say they've never been able to feel so held and sacred just by a masculine energy before. And then that starts coming up in their life, and the way they're able to even hold themselves and work with themselves in their lives and business, and who they're calling in because they experienced that energy along with the divine feminine that was allowing them to fully be embodied. And of course, on the other aspect for the male, it's that exact same dynamic, just flipped. And I don't believe you can have that unless you bring both sacred spaces, energies to the space. And so not only are you getting like two incredibly divine masculine men, you're also getting two incredibly divine feminine women who are coming together for this experience, because we know how much it's just meant to change the world, and it will change your life just by being in the frequency without us doing anything. And of course, there's going to be a lot of magic and a lot of things that we'll be doing, but just coming into the field will transform you internally.
I think the Space Fest that Stephen brought were my favorite part. So looking forward to having that experience again, if that's
Space Fest.
I've totally up leveled my dad jokes to match Aubrey's level of dad jokes. So this time's going to be short. Yeah.
I can still picture us being deep in an experience, and Aubrey just landing with the dad jokes, and beautiful Erin over there just staring at the energy. All of it was magical, every bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. There was a lot of like joking around and just, I don't know, being in our fun. Oh, uh, and some of the darker parts did come out, you know, and there was a lot of forgiveness and for the deep core wounds that I experienced with like the father wound, and um, so during that experience that Stephen had us do, where we were writing out, you know, all the things that um, aggravated us about this particular human, and it was, I got to the root of it, which was the father wound, and it was like, it was so revealing, and it continues to reveal more to me every day with the dynamic with Aubrey, and just releasing and releasing and releasing and climbing to higher and higher levels, and it coming quicker and quicker and quicker, to where, you know, when we have disagreements, because that still happens, right? We're human, and you know, like we fight over the bathroom and some deeper stuff too. But
She's learning to apologize faster now.
yeah. It's always my fault. And I'm okay with that, actually.
I'm just kidding. It's my fault.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think we're both like getting to the real, you know? It feels like we're getting to the real, deep, like, core wounds, and we're doing that together. And it's been aggravating, and it hasn't been perfect, and it's been beautiful, and it's been perfect, and everywhere in between. And I just feel like, this experience in Big Sky, we would probably not have last potentially, because there were some deep wounds there that I was working through, you know? So, for all of it. And,
well, also, Stephen, you recommended a book, Letting Go. And we listened to it some on our trip to Arizona and didn't get super far into the book, but been aiming to practice that and finding some really good results. And I think another thing is, you know, we were talking about, oh, it's, you know, your fault or my fault or whatever. I think the need to find someone to blame or to, you know, to any of that is not great. It's always good when we accept accountability for ourselves, but to seek to assign blame is just never.
Yeah. I've many years ago put out content that shared that you could fight about whose fault is it, and after a minute, an hour, a week, a year, there's been no benefit.
Yeah.
The only thing that happened when you find out whose that fault is, one ego gets hurt and one ego feels yay.
Yeah.
There's no benefit to reality. And so, yeah, you know, in a hot topic that came out during the gathering we just had here was just this recognition, without any judgment, of which of these three contexts are you currently playing it, right? Is it life is happening to me, which you're typically going to see faults in others, right, and find faults, or life is happening, you know, sort of for me, which is, oh, I'm actually creating this. And then the third phase is like life happening as me, which means you are literally, there's no you and there's no God, it's just everything is just one. You know, and so in fact, for like anyone that's watching this video, obviously this will be up on Instagram and stuff. I would love for any viewer to kind of like reflect into your own life. And again, there's no judgment. We're just discerning where you're currently at. And I would love for the viewers to just kind of type into the comments, and we can always like feel the messages, which is like, where do you feel like, which of those categories? It could be a hybrid. You could be like, oh, I'm in between to me and for me, or just to me, or just for me, or as me. Because I feel like it's so important to call out the game that we're playing, because what I find is that a lot of people are trying different game rules to win the game, but they're not clear on what's the actual game they're playing. Right? Another way said it is, you're not going to be able to apply tactical, strategic things within the context of life is happening to me, within the context of life is happening as me. It just won't fit. And so the first step that might be helpful for everyone is just to discern which of those three or a hybrid of those are you currently playing in. And with that information, then we can really start to unpack, what's the strategy and the tactics that you can do within that reality.
Beautiful.
So I feel personally, Stephen, just speaking to that, and our viewers, I would love to hear where you're at too. Um, I've been oscillating between all three, and the strategy, from, and I do connect with the Akashic records, and uh, which is pretty cool. So that's as me. But then the as me brings me strategic insight for business opportunities and ideas and co-creation and elevating the business of humanity and all of these things. So it's like operating as me, I'm accessing the Akash and all this instantaneous information, right? Um, and then I'm taking that back and I'm using that information strategically. So it's like, can it be all three at the same time, and can we oscillate, and that does that get to be okay, or are we striving for as me all the time?
There's no striving, right? Because everything is here. This is a game of awareness. There's no end destination. And
Uh-huh.
for sure, if I kick your dog in front of you, most likely in that moment, you're not going to be like, oh, life is happening as me. You
Yeah.
might be like, life is happening to me in that moment. So for sure, we all fluctuate. And then when we go into meditation, we tap into Akashic records, we're in the life is happening as me reality. And so that's what I mean by there's no judgment. It's just
Mm-hmm.
in this moment right now, as you're contemplating things, which of those categories are you in that moment? And of course, throughout the day, we all fluctuate within those three containers. Again, I just find that from working with so many humans over the years, it's just that when I hear them, they're trying to solve the thing or fix the thing or win the game within a context, but they're using words and strategies within another context, and they wonder why they're not getting anywhere. And so this is really just like an awareness game of which of those three games are you playing, so you can be on the same page of what's the languaging, and all of the things. So
Okay, that just clicked in my heart and my head. So cool. Uh, thank you. I learn something new every time we talk, and I love that.
that's because I'm trying to create hierarchy within us, so I am the grand master. No, I'm
I
just
love
kidding.
I'll be here for the matriarch side then.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. That's part of the Omni benefit. I feel like in this video, right, it's like one takeaway for the viewer, whether you're going to join us and have the most epic experience or not. The takeaway is just that reflection of which of those three categories, right?
yeah,
So I'm just infusing spiritpreneuring into the things. So.
Yes.
love it.
And the principle of this is it's remembering wholeness, right? You're already it. You were born into your purpose. You lack nothing.
Mhm.
And that's the context, the frequency in which we're inviting you to step into, is that you're everything and you're also nothing at the same time, right? And for me, that's been loving being in my God self and honoring all of my human self simultaneously, and not trying to escape the human and just be in the God energy all the time, but fully embrace that I am also human in this life, and both contexts get to come together into, again, another form of wholeness.
Yeah.
I love the balance aspect that you bring to the container, and the operating 0 point has been big for me even before we started the foundation together. It was like that operating 0 point energy was coming through in a big way. And so to hear you speak to living in the God self and the human self and kind of like meeting that middle and being the observer is kind of what I'm hearing from both of you, is kind of stepping back and, like you said, Stephen, observing which of those states that you're existing in at the moment, is really, to simplify it, just stepping back and observing where we're currently at, and watching the thoughts and the emotions and the yeah,
Yeah, there's all this science coming out about like the true measure of intelligence, and it isn't how well our brains can calculate and figure out stuff. Now we're seeing that true intelligence is how meta can we be? How much of an can we be an observer of our thoughts and extracted wisdom from observing our thoughts and our actions, right? And which is, I mean, that's the essence of Tantra. And most people think Tantra is like sex, magic, and energy. No, the essence of Tantra is basically being the observer, right? And then so some white Westerner from San Francisco made it about sex. Most people don't realize that's the history of Tantra.
Damn white Westerners.
They
You
teach
know-
Kundalini activations as well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, there they.
how dare those white people? I'm just joking. I love all people.
like,
I
That's
just
why
like yellow people a little bit more. I might be biased, just saying.
So one thing I really, all joking aside, one thing I really appreciated about the Big Sky experience is how it was a flat structure. You know, there was no anyone being pedestaled or glorified or lifted up above anyone else, and everyone was able just to be who they are and have the space to work through whatever it is they needed to. And that was beautiful. And it wasn't so intense of, oh, I'm working on this. There were moments of that, but most of it was pretty lighthearted and just safe. You know, it was great.
Yeah, I feel like Rumi sums it up, right? I didn't come to like heal you. I came to love you, and love will heal you. And so we created a container of love. And
Yeah.
so the most magical things will happen in that. Whereas most containers is about fixing, up leveling, healing, growing. It's basically the not there yet energy, right? And so when we create a container of here and now and perfection and love, miracles happen. You can manifest all you want. I always tell people that's just getting what you want. But miracles is getting things that you can't even dream of asking for. And that's this container. Because I'm playing the manifesting game for decades. It gets boring when you just, I want this, and you get it. It's like, all right, that's kind of boring. You eventually like, oh my God, I want things to come in that you can't even dream of, right? And it's like the two attendees that were having friction in their relationship. I doubt before they came to like, we're going to create a podcast together. Right? Like that's a miracle. They couldn't manifested that. So that's an example of the power of these containers of love and wholeness. So.
Yeah. She's selling her house and moving in with him, and
yeah.
it's crazy.
That's what love would do.
Really, really cool to see.
So one thing I kind of need to tell Erin something in front of everyone is I really look up to you, baby.
Aww. There's no hierarchy, but I literally look up to you. Literally. Right now.
This is a low right.
Maybe I should sit
This is such a good example of the vibe of these events.
You cannot not walk away with family. Like you are forever family. And more often than not, I think all of us have said it, and I know every attendee I've ever experienced has said it, that most of the time you feel like these people know you more than anyone in your life, or most of the people in your life, after just spending a week in a container like this. And that's a miracle.
It is a miracle.
Yeah. Are we ever going to do this again?
The next one we were hoping that there are many more to come. But the next one, and you might be hearing this video after we've already done it, but there will be more. It will be April 30th in Miami is the next one that's coming up.
Okay. Nice. I was hoping there would be a puzzle and we had to like solve a bunch of equations to try to figure out where it is.
I mean, we can set another date for another one and create a puzzle. Which brings me to my favorite analogy. I know a lot of people come to these spaces, and myself included, used to feel like I never fit in. Like that was the story, right? That I was different, which I am different. I love me. But we need all of the puzzle pieces, right? The puzzle gets to be beautiful because we have all of the puzzle pieces. And so we all bring a very different dynamic to the puzzle. And if you're called, it's because your puzzle piece is meant to be there to complete like the wholeness of this experience.
I wonder what kind of animals we can manifest for the Miami experience.
Gators! Yeah!
I still want another fox to show up. I'm
Yeah.
Team fox.
Yeah.
Let's leave it and not manifest anything. Let's
Okay.
just see what comes. Maybe we'll get a
Oh, dragon.
Maybe Bigfoot comes and visits us.
I would say unicorn, but there's already going to be one there.
Well, there's 2.
Maybe more.
Wait, there's 4. 5 unicorns.
Wait, here's the 5th one.
Wait, there's only 4 of us.
There is only 4. Did you see a
You know-
5th one?
Kinds of the world, those who can count and those who can't.
I can't count.
And if you love dad jokes, strictly just come for that. Like
For sure. Always got that mastered.
Yeah, it's practice. But yeah, seriously. Oh, alligator. Somebody put alligators. Nice. With 2 S's. Is that a different species? A subspecies of alligator? Alligators.
Those are 3 S's, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's 3 S's.
Speaking of counting,
That's
well, that's an alligator that was a starseed.
far away.
That came back as an alligator. So, starseed, alligator, starseed.
You have such a tiny phone. I can't
I
see
know.
stuff on
It is pretty tiny. I need to
Oh,
act in this.
Aw.
Rebecca, we love you. Amazing.
Yay.
So glad.
Oh,
Instant family.
hello,
Yes.
A360.
Aww.
That's cool. Yeah, I might be compensating with my big phone. I don't know. Or something.
Again, this is the vibe of the experience. Laughing for 3 days.
If they're in a safe space, that's cool.
Yeah.
If they're like up close, I don't know. That might be a bit scary.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, the attendees are alligators.
I think I'm an alligator. I totally am the person who thinks all
Okay.
animals want to be my friend. So
And with it being Miami, I feel like that could be very likely. Flamingos are pretty rad.
yeah.
Leg. for
Did you
prolonged
know that they eat kelp out of the bottom, the astaxanthin?
Astaxanthin.
And it turns them, that's actually
That's what turns them red, yeah.
Whoa. What
Yeah.
if they didn't eat that? Would they just be like,
they'd be white.
Why?
They just be white birds.
oh,
Yeah. Did you know that?
Just be white birds.
and turn pink?
Pink, yeah.
There's a couple people that don't
Serious.
need that. They're already pink.
Yeah. Well,
Or you could just go out in the sun and get a sunburn.
yeah.
Turn all pink.
No, I've taken it before. It's actually really great for your skin and
And it turns you pink.
Yeah.
Ooh.
nice
Yeah.
and
It protects you from sunburns.
yeah. And also recovery for workouts.
Did you say it prevents sunburns?
Yeah, it minimizes sunburns, and it's 200 times more powerful as an antioxidant as vitamin C.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang,
I
that's
need to
pretty
get
rad.
some. Ooh, we should
Yeah.
get some for Adelaide today.
Oh yeah, and as far as the as far as some of the supplements that you had during the experience,
Yeah.
what were some of those supplements? I'm meaning just the
Just the supplements. Yeah.
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah. Well, so I got to give context first. So, we know most Americans, 80% of Americans, right, are deficient in magnesium, plus other minerals. And so we also know that most Americans, because of the mass media sort of programming, lives in a constant state of vigilance, which then is putting them in a psychological perception of stress in a linear basis. And if you look at the physiology, what that does is it depletes your body of B vitamins. It basically puts you in what we all call the fight or flight response, which means all of your blood, or most of your blood, is being diverted away from your stomach towards your muscles so that you can run away from a predator. And so I'm just giving that context. What that means is for most people who are living in some type of linear perception of danger and stress that the mass media promotes, that they are nutrient deficient and their system is basically on this high alert. And so the supplements are designed to replenish those nutrients so that you do have the raw materials to biologically accommodate a normal what we would call in fancy medical physiology term homeostasis, which just means like normal resting state. And then there are supplements that help, like certain adaptogens, they're called, certain herbs to help get you out of that vigilance, linear perception of stress state. Because stress isn't bad. We need stress. Like when you go and work out, you're on purpose stressing your body. It's just that if you work out straight 24/7 for a year without ever resting, you're going to be hurting, right? And so we're meant to have intermittent stress, and that's amazing for our system. We're not meant to have anything linear because that goes against the hermetic law of rhythm. And so the supplements are designed essentially to give people's biology the necessary raw materials, right, to have this incredibly loving, peaceful, transformative experience.
So there's magnesium. Were there some other specific ingredients just for,
You want
daily?
me to list all the ingredients? There was a lot.
Well, maybe to kind of highlight.
Minerals, B vitamins, L-theanine, ashwagandha, rhodiola, um, acetyl-L-carnitine. So there's some nutrients in there for your brain function to help your brain function. Acetyl-L-carnitine, alpha GPC. This might be Greek to some listeners, but you asked for the ingredients. I'm gonna be all technical. So
Yeah, I appreciate that.
yeah,
The point being, we felt fantastic
Yeah.
after we took your personal supplements and the mix and the AM and PM supplements especially. It was like because we were processing so much, right, in our bodies, in our vortex, through those experiences, and then having those supplements to help us recover was really, really helpful. So
yeah. Just my first company that I stewarded 27 years ago was a supplement company, and I used to teach physiology to doctors. I have a pretty good understanding of just how biologically how we work, and of course been studying how spirit works, how our mind works, and so it just makes sense to me that if we're going to have this experience about mind, body, and spirit operating as one, that we would tend to the mind, the body, and the spirit, right? And so the supplements helps the body, our biological selves, normalize, basically, right? Because while everything is divine perfection, the world, which is divinely perfect the way it is, so that we can transition away from it, like we live in a very chemical-filled world in every which way, right? And so, like the stats are, the average American female rubs on 270 chemicals a day. The average adult American has 400 chemicals in their blood that don't belong there. And so part of the supplements are also designed to offset some of those effects. I mean, we don't even know what these chemicals do. I mean, a little tidbit for the viewers to sort of be aware of. Since 1978, 82,000 new chemicals have been added to our food and our products and our environment. And out of 82,000, less than 400 have any testing on human safety. Right, I'll say it this way, 81,600 new drugs have been put into us with zero testing on what it actually does to a human.
yeah.
And so this is like a important thing to be aware of so that we are making healthy choices. So even in these experiences, it isn't just about let's go deep and let's, do all the things and let's get into, some modality. We want to make sure that the biology is tended to. So.
Yeah.
Stephen, you just gave me my 4,785th reason I'm glad I'm a dude. Thank
you. Dudes rub on chemicals as well, just about half as much as a female, because we typically don't wear makeup and stuff like that. That's a lot of chemicals in products.
I try to buy chemical-free makeups and products because I
Yeah.
am aware of things, and and so just reading the labels of things before you put it on your skin and understanding and really digging into what it is, and like you said, we don't know what all those chemicals do, right? But if it's something you can't pronounce and you don't know what it is, then
Yeah. I mean, it's great that you do that. However, the majority of humans are actually not super aware of this is happening, and so that's why I brought it up.
Yeah, I don't think about that stuff, right? Because it's like I do think about those things and I don't think about other people not thinking about those things.
Mhm.
So, um, definitely good to add that into these.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. The numbers are quite staggering. Just take my word for it. Definitely, read the ingredients list,
Yeah.
and again, if you're going to attend any what we would consider a transformative experience, know that the biology ideally would be tended to. It isn't always just spiritual work or just ceremony. It isn't just mental processing, because we do have a physical body, right? And so that does get to be tended to.
In that regard, the whole theme itself tends to make people more aware of what they're putting into what we're putting into our bodies, because if we're already whole, why are we adding a bunch of nonsense? Like and it can really help us cut back on the things that we feel like we need, because, well, I mean, if we're whole, we don't need.
Addiction needs, yeah, desires.
Yeah, I think I believe the grand game of existence is awareness. It's gnosis, right? It goes back to who am I, what am I? And so, which is awareness. And so these containers of love and perfection is just like a bigger mirror of gnosis, a bigger mirror of who am I and what am I. And with awareness of the self comes awareness of our biology, our mind, our spirit, if we want to use separate words, but it's just awareness that comes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, should we do a quick recap on why should
How
someone
awesome we are.
be
Yes.
called? Yeah, I mean that's what I was gonna say. Why would someone feel called to come to these experiences? And he just answered the question, so I didn't even answer the question. We're just awesome.
I mean,
You
I,
don't even need
I,
out or anything crazy. You just come hang out with us and have a good time.
You don't need it.
We're already crazy.
yeah. Whenever someone asks me like, "Hey, why should I come to one of these things?" and they're basically asking like, "What am I going to get out of it?"
Yeah.
And and we've had so many conversations of this, right? Which is if we actually set an intention that this is going to do something to you for you, then we're casting the spell that thing that we want to do to you that you currently don't have. Right? For example, if most retreats were like, this is going to heal you, then that means you're currently wounded. Or if the experience says we're going to, this is very popular guru terminology, we're going to break through, we're going to have breakthroughs, and we're going to up level you, then that's saying you're currently stuck and you're not at a level that you should be at. Right? And because this container is about wholeness and already there in love, really, there's nothing that we're overtly doing for anyone. We're just gathering people that we know are meant to be there, and we're inviting them in. And all of us are going to be fully expressed as our true, authentic self, right? We're just going to literally share our innate magic. And so, in that field of pure integrity and magic, miracles happen. We don't know what those miracles would be, because if we did, it would be a miracle. It'd just be a manifesting, it'd be a known thing. And so I would say that's like the overall container. If anyone's wanting to know, like, what am I going to get out of it? I can say we don't know, but miracles happen in this container, right? Because we're not setting a specific intention of you will get this, because that then says you don't have the thing that we're going to give you.
Oh, there's one thing they don't have that we're going to give
Dad
them.
jokes?
Yeah.
Well, space vests.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
We're not going to expound on that. You just got to find out.
Yeah. It was, I turned into a tree and a dragon and dirt, and I was dead and I was alive, and then I was dead again. It was really cool.
Wait,
It was a really cool experience.
you were dead again, and then what?
And then I was alive.
Oh, good. Okay. Whew.
I mean, maybe we can share for us what were some miracles that we experienced inside this container.
Mhm.
That might be fun.
Ooh.
I feel like turning into a dragon or experiencing a dragon is part of that. It's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
That was definitely a miracle. It was like I kind of went into earlier, it was that father wound and realizing the root of all of the issues that I've had in past romantic relationships and marriage and divorce, and it all rooted around this father wound that I released in that experience and container. And it's been interesting to navigate the energy after without that, because it's kind of like you're missing something, right? Sometimes releasing wounds feels like you have a hole and you're not sure what's missing. It just feels like a void, right? So like I said, our relationship, it's been, since I was able to identify that piece for myself, it was allowing me to step fully into my human with Aubrey and without fear. And we're helping each other evolve. So yeah, it's getting lighter in time for me to process that hole, right, that was missing. Even if it was a wound that I wanted to release, it's still an emotional process. So but a miracle nonetheless that I've there's that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ladies first, Natalia.
Well, context. Before this experience, a couple weeks before, I had released a 4-year-long partnership, and this container was divine union energy and wholeness. And so what was reflected back to me in this container, I was able to energetically receive this really divine masculine energy that I'm also aware is me, that I don't believe I was at the capacity to allow myself to fully receive or hold before. And that was magical to me to tap into that energy within myself deeper, but also to be in a different type of receivership while also co-creating this container and harnessing that energy in a really beautiful way. And since then, I mean, opportunities and connections and miracles, and even the way that the divine masculine external from me has shown up. I mean, very simple example. I had my credit card hacked while I was out of the country, and then I go to check into my space and they won't let me check in because I don't have a physical card. And I'm just laughing at this point, and this man I've never met before whips out his credit card and he pays my deposit so that I can check into my room, right? Just a lot more of divine masculine men that aren't looking for anything external from me, are just showing up in my life. And for me as a facilitator, whatever you want to call all my hats, it's shown me also this container of how I'm called to really co-create with divine men to bring this energy forward into experiences, because I don't think that there's anything like it. So it's unlocked a lot of doors within myself and just connections externally that I just am excited to see how good it gets. So I can only imagine by the time we reach April, all of the other things that will have happened as a result of the conduit of stepping into this container that we all held together.
Nice.
When I heard you say that you were stepping into masculine, I was like, yes.
I've been too overly feminine. You're like, oh, finally.
While you're thinking about the masculine container, I was very excited. I was like, yeah, that's what I need. You know, the feminine containers haven't called to me yet. So I like the balance. I'm very drawn to the balance in the masculine and feminine containers. And
I'm excited for more of those. And I will say, if you know me or connected to me, I will always have my feminine liberation experiences, because there is something for me beautiful that allows women to really drop into this really raw authenticity and bring them back into their body that I will never stop doing. And opening that door now to much more co-creation with the masculine also feels magical. And also, Erin happens to be my partner in our foundation that we just founded this year. So you can see why she's also even more thrilled now that we're getting open.
This calls to my soul. I saw your post on Facebook and I was like, finally. Let's go.
Yes. Well,
Well, for me, I feel like two things are coming. I mean, from the moment like we pulled up to the house, I was like, wait a minute, this looks familiar. And we got in, I realized literally I've only been to Big Sky twice in my life. And the first time was like 7 or 8 years ago. And to make a long story short, it was the same rental house, right? And both times I was not in charge of selecting the house. And so already from like the first moment as a reminder of like just the miracles of life that continue to happen, you know. And so, and the second thing would be, I feel like for me, the experience allowed me to be even more comfortable with myself, you know, and I've seen just since Big Sky what that has opened up. And like, I mean, we just had this epic gathering in Austin, and now I'm working with like even more companies and really allowing the founders to be even more of themselves so they can infuse their businesses with their actual purest, truest frequency. And in the miracles, just, you know, fun tidbit. In January, I'm going to Mexico to pick up and steward like this alien crystal skull that I might bring to the activation down in Miami. Through a series of miraculous events, yeah, this like many thousands-year-old, you know, crystal skull was saying, "Hey, Stephen, steward me." So
Can we go with you? I want to
potentially, yeah, January
That is
20th.
that the worst part of the Indiana Jones series was the Crystal Skull one.
Yeah.
Terrible. He was like 8'5" and on a walker, but like, you know, beating people up. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously though, that's cool. You're like Indiana Jones, man. That's pretty cool. I like it.
I want a picture if you can.
Yeah, I can send you a picture. There's another skull that's in Italy, which I'm going to go and visit when I go back to Damaher in April. Documented over 1 million years old.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
yeah. That this skull is 1 million years old.
this skull. I can forward you a video. Just don't forward to other people.
So
it's mystical.
About this off camera because that's off topic, but yeah, I'll touch base.
Yeah.
So I guess back to unpacking things
Yes.
after the experience. I think there were some transitions that were naturally going to happen in business for me. I started being more open to just moving forward with those, and then seeing things working for me and as me more so, and just tapping more into that power. I think most of all, the big thing, I'm just going to state it as just one sentence. Ask us about our pyramid scheme.
You'll see a lot of the shaking.
Yeah. Ask us about our pyramid scheme, and maybe we'll tell you, maybe we won't.
That's a great open loop.
Yes.
And I guess for anyone that's, you know, viewing this, that's like, hey, this all feels amazing. I'm like meant to be in this container. I guess is the call to action for them to PM one of us? What's the?
Yeah, message one of us. We have a link that we can share all the details with you and explore.
Don't message me.
I will say you should message Natalia or Steven if it's on Insta. Yeah. I check my Insta like once a month if possible.
So reach out to me or Steven.
Yeah.
I feel called.
Natalia or Steven if you're interested in receiving response on Instagram. If it was Facebook, it'd be totally different, but I can only handle one social at a time, I think. So
6,
7. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, throw that in there.
We'll do the meet and greet.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. This is so much fun. I loved this.
All right. Follow Ether. Thank you.
Yes.
In the Akash. He's not on server. So meet him at the experience in Miami.
There we go.
Crazy
work too. Or in the ether.
Or in
the collective ether. Tap in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Love
Bye.
you. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
See you soon.